What's up, dudes? Sorry for going dark the last few weeks. Given that it's been a while, I'm not going to just track every single week that we've missed. We're going to turn this into a little mid-season report just to kind of give an update of where everyone's at and where we're headed. Clough, last place. It just hasn't really come together at all. He's trying a lot of things on offense. Outfield is definitely a position where he needs some help. Lots of pickups there. He's trying to catch fire. He's trying to farhan it. Not working. He doesn't have a closer. That can work, as you know, Trev has proven. If you have starters that can keep you in every week, but he's got starters that just haven't put it together, and he's kind of getting his butt kicked. And it's gonna be a long road back for Cluffy. Gordy falls into 11th. Offensively, he can kind of compete with anyone on every given week, but if he's got a lot of low average, high power guys, and so if these guys aren't producing with their power numbers, which is most of the hits that they get, his whole offense goes downhill because he doesn't have a guy that can just like hit 300 without hitting home runs or doubles. So if he's got guys that are struggling, offense struggles, and that's where he suffers. I still think his pitching isn't that bad. If he can just find some consistency on offense, I still think it's not too late for him to make a run. Obviously, it's got to happen soon, though. Aaron's just had a rough year. The one thing he can kind of hang his, looking on the positive side, is that he hasn't really had his whole team healthy at one time, but I'm sure just about anyone can make that excuse. On pitching, he's trying to scrape by with 35 innings and cripple you that way with trying to snag low stats and like ERA and WHIP and stuff like that. It just hasn't come together for him yet, so I don't really see his position changing. Yours truly falls into 9th place. I'm currently in 8th place. I look at my roster. I think it should be doing better than it is, but it just hasn't really happened. Took a close loss to Melman last week. Melman, currently in 9th place, but I got him ahead of me in the power rankings here. He's offensively, it doesn't really blow me away, but he's got some staples. He's got Trout, Escobar, and Suarez. Just offensively, I don't see them getting to that next level. I'm not worried about him hitting 15 or 20 bombs in a week, really. Pitching can hang. Nola's really figuring it out. Fried and Giolito have been great for him. But he's going to have to grind out categories offensively, and there's just a lot of teams in this league that can shake you with 15 to 20 bombs in a week. So I think it's an uphill battle for Jared, but not impossible. Scotty next, and the 7th spot, currently in 7th place in the standings. Offensively, he's got a lot of guys that can hit. Jay Bruce, been a great pickup. DJ LeMahieu, I can't remember if he was a wire pickup or not, but he's been great. And then he's got his young guns in Acuna and Soto anchor in that offense. Scotty's was the one that ended up with Keuchel, who's been okay but not great so far. He's got a beast in Luis Castillo. He's really, really good, but I don't think he's a guy that you're worried about getting blown away by necessarily in any given week. He's really going to have to grind out victories. I don't see him, getting 10-2 victories ever. He's going to have to win a lot of 7-4s, 7-5s, that kind of stuff in order for him to be successful. He's been grinding out all year, and I think his place in the standings kind of reflects that. Millie, currently in 5th place, falls to 6th on this list. Beat Trev in week 13, which is a good victory, but Trevor had a really bad pitching week. With Millie, it's been, with his start, it's really, really impressive that he's not only in 5th place in our standings, but over 500, considering, he was terrible the first couple of weeks. Fran Mill's been a great Rosario's been great for him this year. He's got Paddock, Cole, Soroka are dogs, young studs. He can kind of compete with anyone on every given week. Sevs, 6th place in standings, but 5th in this list. He's been trending down the last couple of weeks, though. Can't lose to Clough these days, and he did 2 weeks ago. Can't be losing to Clough. It's not good at all. He's had really good pickups in Vogelbach and Domingo Herman, but I think he's vulnerable at this point. And if his current performance continues, he's going to slide. Dave, gotta hand it to you, big boy. He's for real. Went toe to toe with Alonji in week 13. Fared well. He bops. What's great about Dave's team is he can hang in any offensive category. If he's low on home runs, he can still get you on average and stolen bases and runs and things like that. Pitching, he's got a lot of high whip, lower strikeout guys, but he's got a lot of veterans on his staff that are good professionals, and they limit damage and they minimize big innings. So he's in on a lot of pitching categories. Maybe not strikeouts necessarily every single week. Does have a lot of starting pitching, but I think it's a solid roster, and I think he's here to stay. Elu, third. Balanced attack, really. I mean, Bieber on pitching's been great. Musgrove's been pretty good. Chirinos are all really serviceable. A lot of high strikeout guys. Darvish isn't performing well, but there's an example. A lot of strikeouts. Bogart's having a rookie year, and his old roommate McNeil is raking. And then our top two hasn't really changed too much. We got Matt in second, and I still got Trev in first. Matty, I don't know, man. I don't think you're going to be in the top three by the time playoff comes. Pitching, you've had 2 bad weeks in a row. I do like that you have a traditional roster where you still get saves. I think your offense has to come down to earth, though. I just don't see a lot of players where I'm just like stoked about every single week. But Alonso's been great and stuff like that. But just as your offense as a whole, I don't know. But you're in second place, or first place, actually, what can I say? And then Trev, pitching's been really bad. His offense is incredible. In order to beat Trev and Matt, you have to get their offenses to come back down to earth. Their pitching's vulnerable, but, I mean, they're a threat to take 6 categories in offense every single week. So that's what it's going to take to overcome. The standings are what they are. That being said, even though, we got Trev and Matt in the first 2 spots, I think anyone could still win this thing. That's what's been great about this league. Someone who gets 6th, 7th place in the playoffs could go on a run and win this whole thing. I don't see one team that I'm just like, yep, they're going to win, and it's not even going to be close. So keep going, guys. It's been awesome. Been a great league so far. Few weeks left on trade deadline, I think. It's sometime in August, so kind of keep that in mind for us. But good luck the rest of the way. I'll try to be more consistent with vids. Late.